Hello everyone, this is Pepin NHL Talk. I'm Thomas Pepin and let's play some NHL. So we are on season 4, episode 2, where I've taken over the Toronto Maple Leafs. And we've completed 3 seasons, 3 straight President's Trophies, eliminated in the first round first season, won the Stanley Cup in season 2, and then lost game 7 of the Stanley Cup final this past season. So some pretty good results so far. I got renewed as GM. I think it was for 4 years at 5-something million. And so we're starting the first season of my new contract. And it looks like the best team that I've put together so far. We have a few modifications that are going to be necessary because some of the guys we picked up don't actually fit on the lines, at least according to the game. And I follow those guidelines, recommendations. But they're minor tweaks. So 3 players in total, only one one position essentially. So it's the 4th line, third of 3 players. 2 are good, and then we've got to sort out the last one there. And so it's 3 players. Is it 3 players? Maybe it's only 2 players. Anyways, there's a couple players at least that we need to trade. So that is on our list of things to do, probably about 10 games into this season. Not much more to report / update, so we'll get right to it. One thing I forgot to do for game 1 is set up the starters. So currently our first in rotation is Varlamov because he performed the best in the preseason. Mrazek is second. And then the best overall goalie is actually third at the moment. The first of these 2 teams on the back-to-back is in theory stronger, so we're going to go with the weaker of the 2 goalies. I always play the best goalie against the worst team on back-to-backs. The reason is always get points in the bag wherever you can. And if you can win a game against a hard team with your second goalie, then great. So that's the rationale there. And I guess let's just go. We start off with an injury. Thankfully, we have a backup defenseman, so we are fine. I guess so. And we start off with a loss. Is it just the one injury? Yeah. Then we flip over to our primary goalie. Oh, and I should say, so I had a couple moments before the start of this stream, and I had a look at the draft class, and at the moment it doesn't look like there's a franchise player. So the 2 draft picks, first round picks that we picked up, we're probably going to be trading. And the other thing I looked at was we've got, so both of our young players, they're on their entry level contracts, and we're not going to be signing them to extensions because, well, in the case of one, they're asking for too much, and the second one doesn't fit ideally with our team, so we're going to trade them as well. So that's Chubarov and Bedard, and Bedard's the one that doesn't fit but isn't asking for too much, and then Chubarov, unfortunately, is very, very good, but it's asking for too much. So, yeah, so anyways, I was just looking at what I can get for them, and there's like nothing that I want to pay for. So we're probably technically going to be downgrading, but by doing that, we're actually going to pick up a whole whack load of assets. So probably multiple first round picks, probably at least 3, I'm guessing, plus some serviceable players. So, yeah. So, anyways, it's going to be interesting how it all pans out. But we're not doing that until the off season. We're going to take advantage of their entry level contract for one more year. We're going to give them qualifying offers and then trade them. Yeah, and then that's going to help us refill the cupboard, so to speak. Although they're already doing pretty decent at the moment. So, anyways, that's something else I looked at. Just wanted to comment on. All right. So. And actually, one thing I'm going to check. If there's still any of those good goalies. No. So I was just wondering if there was any of those goalies similar to Varlamov, where they're old and but still have decent enough overall ratings. It doesn't look like it. Yeah. How much does this suck? So a guy that we're going to have to trade, and he's got 4 points in 2 games already. Annoying. So we're going to have, it looks like 4 things in maintenance that are coming up very quickly. Or should I wait before I increase prices? Nah, let's just go for it. we've got one maintenance we're supposed to do. The target's always, stupid thing. 50 or around 50 is when we do our maintenance. How did that dip so much? Anyways, what was I saying? I can't even remember now. Oh yeah, maintenance. It's around 50, and we'll have to go a bit lower than 50 because we have some more home games. But on that note, I'm gonna go and try to figure out best time frame after I'm done saving here. So it needs to be ASAP for a streak of away games. So after Ottawa, we'll do at least one maintenance, and then we'll see what else needs to be done. Oh, I'm just going to do this temporarily. Oh no, so Martinez isn't fully healed yet. Okay, so then we're going to have to do a roster move. How is Smith done? Okay, so we're going to move him down. One assist, 2 points, 1 point. Wow, everybody's not doing so well. I guess he's doing the best. Okay, so what do we do? So Orlov flips, Boro goes down. I think that's gonna work. Oh wow. And we'll flip these guys. Flip those guys. Um, is it? Man, this game's weird sometimes. Okay. So we'll go Dell, cider, Dell, cider, Orwell, Dobson, Dell, cider, Haig, Sporl. Okay. Oh, and Varlamov goes back in. Okay. Oh. Yeah, okay. Good. That's done. Man, how many injuries are we going to have? And another one? Holy jeez. Okay, so then Varlamov goes to the back of the rotation, which is okay because I think he just got injured too, so that works. Maintenance. Actually, everything's going to get done pretty much now. Okay, so those are good. So your attendance goes down if you lose, which makes no sense. It should happen in the next game, not the game of. But so that's what's happened here. And since we just did all the maintenance, I think the pricing's fine, so I won't really touch it. And we've already fell short of our owner goal that wanted sellouts for in all but 2 home games, which is ridiculous. So I don't care. Too bad for you. We'll put that down by 2, that down by 1. Okay. And then injuries. Varlamov and Dobson, eh? Slavin's almost back, and he'll be back before the next game, I think. Oh, no, not quite. All right, so Martinez is healthy. Who was it? What's his face is injured still. Oops. Slavin. Then otherwise, I think we're okay. Yeah, so nothing else really needs to be done. We just need to tidy up the lines here, that's all. Orlov, Martinez. Okay. How many games are we at now? 6. See, and it's funny, we always have a bad start to the season. 3-3 is not good at all. Then usually it turns around about right now. Mind you, I mean, I think that happens really frequently in the NHL. The first 10 games are it's a complete mess. There's no rhyme or reason to who wins, it seems like. I don't need to do that, don't need to do that. We shouldn't have any new injuries. Sleevin's back, so we need to adjust that. 3 points, 7 points, wow. 1, 0. Spoil's done okay, good for him. Hey, goes there. I guess we should still have them first out because of endurance, but everything else will. Oh, I should see though. Did Slavin? No, he hasn't done well. You know what then, if that's true, even with endurance isn't that far off, so we'll just switch it back. That's all good. So we won that game. So Mrazek stays in. That's all done. Okay, who is the lesser team? I think it's Vancouver, yeah. So then, Mrazek stays in. And you see how it's with Varlamov getting injured, there's absolutely no concern because we've got two other goalies. Like this 3-goalie strategy, in my opinion, it's such a better idea. All right, so God, how many injuries? So who goes to the first line? He's not bad. What's his endurance? 83. I guess it's going to be Bedard, which is kind of weird. $74, $77. All right. Maybe how many games are we at? Yeah, I guess now is a good time to do the trade. All right, let's save. Okay, now who are we gonna trade for? Oh, and I should maybe see how's the rest of our team doing anyway. So Bedard's over a point per game. Chubrov was over a point per game. Hughes close. Pasternak's a bit off. Slavin not so good. Keller's alright. Sider's doing fantastic. Kane normal. Thompson very good. Dobson normal. Lindell normal. Orlov way below. Oshie's fine. Everly's fine. Haig normal. Donato we're trading. Smith we're trading. Colton's kind of on target, but we'll have to see. Athanasio's not even doing good in the AHL. That's garbage. You're gone. Wood's not doing great either. Man, nobody's doing good on our depth players. Wow. He's not doing bad. Same with him. All right. Oh. Okay, so Donato's going. Well, I guess before we decide on who we trade, we have to find who we're trading for. Oh, and I should say, so based on performance so far, it looks like Oshie, Eberle, Bedard is going to be a good third line. First two lines, I'm sure they're going to sort themselves out, but otherwise they look normal. And at the moment, it's just the fourth line, and that should be relatively easy to fix. So we need guys at ballpark $1 million and ballpark 80 to 82 overall is kind of the target. Oh, whoops. Hmm. 1.7 is too high. 1.6 is borderline, but we'll say too high. So in this case, so in the off season, we thought about taking guys that were third line fits, but clearly it hasn't worked out. So those NHL numbers, wow. So we need to have fourth line specifically. He signed at 1.7, that's cheap. First round pick that fits on the fourth line. He's got top 6 potential. Half a point per game. Oh, how many years left? I'm assuming 2. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to write this down. Nedved, Colorado. And we can kind of spend some of our assets on these pickups because, like I said, actually Actually, on that note, maybe I should be looking at people up here. Let's pause this for a second. I don't mean to actually pause, but so we don't know yet about Backer. In all likelihood, he's not going to be franchised because he's, well, I think it was 5th there. So, since we're trading these picks and we're going to be getting more picks, what do we do? So, because what I'm thinking is, why don't I just pick up maybe some of our eventual pickups and then just put them on the 4th line? It's an idea. Is there anybody? I don't think I've missed anybody so far, but I'm still going to come back and look. There's one, Savoy. But he only has first line fit. So maybe not even Nedved will actually erase his name. Because why would we pick up a young guy, chuck him on the 4th line if we're not going to eventually use him for something else? Because like a 4th line guy that's just going to stay there, it just doesn't make sense for like a good asset to play 4th line minutes. Anyways, we'll still consider some of these depth guys because you never know. He fits 3 points in 8 games. $950. What's his story? Not quite what we're looking for. Oh, wow. See, this is what I mean. If he's a 4th line fit right now, that's not what we want. I'd rather play a guy that's going to eventually play on our 1st line, on the 4th line, and then, once we trade the franchise guys we have, then they can just slot right in. Power play lines. That's not good enough. No. Wow, 7 points. Wow. Nope. Man, there's not a lot of guys that are fitting our criteria. Luosterainen. I didn't think he fit on our fourth. It says he does. He's kind of a really good fit. What's his? It's only 1 year. I don't trust it, but I might still go for it anyways. Luosterainen, Florida. Whoops. Nope. Oh, I was going to say if he had 6 points, I think it was in 8 games in the NHL, that would have been really good. Ylonen. Forward line 3. That's something that could work. He's got elite potential. He's 18 too. He's a power forward. Three years. 3 years on our third line. Would that make sense? Would it make sense? So we're going to have... So yes is the answer. It would make sense. Because if Bedard's a lock on the third line at the moment, if we have a third line replacement, he could be our permanent third line player, which would be quite good if he works out. We'll consider him. Because, yeah, an 18-year-old that develops into our one of our third-line players, that would be pretty ideal. Man, there really isn't much out there, at least so far. Five points? Wow. All forward lines. I think he's a lock. I think I'm just going to trade for him right away. Yeah. What do you want from us? I don't know if we're going to give Colton more of a shot. He hasn't played with players that have played well. And Wood has nothing. Actually, he's played with Wood. Both of them have played with, well, each other. Huh. Trade them both. They'd be over the cap. Do you have any crappy assets I can take on? Siegenthaler, Blackwell. Looks ideal at the moment. Let's take Blackwell. Do we have anything else? He hasn't played. He's done well. He's done so-so. He's done nothing. Really? Really? Okay. All right, step one. Finally complete. I mean, technically there's going to be more than just that for the first step, but okay, so we were on New Jersey, and I like that pickup we just made. I mean, I don't know if he's going to work out, but oh, on that note, actually, yeah, I just wanted to see how his line fit actually was, and he fits pretty much straight across the board, so that's quite good. Can he play center? No. All right. Um, maybe what I do is only go too deep because we still don't know about back or if he's going to be a franchise, and I seriously doubt it since he's ranked 5th at the moment. I wonder if it's going to tell us anything from this screen. I seriously doubt it. It's tempting to just go ahead and do it now. And I can actually, because worst case if something messes up, I can just, since I'm going to be trading the franchise players at the end of the season, I can just trade for the draft picks at that point. I kind of like that idea. And on top of it, the guys we picked up have one's appreciated, the other one's maintained. So, you know what? Let's just go for it. We're going to have an even better team then, which is going to be pretty ridiculous. But the only concern is their contracts are going to expire. But anyways, so we won't, I'm obviously not going to just decide on it right away because I have to go through all the players, but it's going to be an option. So this guy for sure doesn't fit because he's just for fourth line. This guy is bottom 6. The problem is but before it said he fit on all lines, so I don't know if it's necessarily risky to go for him. Anyways, we'll write him down. NYI third. Because the fact that he has multiple line utility indicates to me that he's probably useful on almost all of our lines. And before it said all lines, so I don't think anything would have changed. So I have a feeling that he's still going to be solid. That's a good start. Still again, fourth line. That's also a good start. Huh. This one's an interesting one. I don't like the poise level. I'll write him down anyways. He's 26. Nah, you know what? I won't. Yeah, there's even less options than I was thinking there would be. So both on the prospects option and normal. 1.63 years. Bottom 6. 2 points minus 3. He's actually pretty good. Gregor San Jose. Power play lines is not going to help us. Line 1, 19. Poise isn't good enough to start. Those are good stats. And he fits. And he's cheap. I like it. Man, there's like nothing out there. That's wild. Look at that hairdo. Thankfully, there's enough for our purposes. But outside of that, man, nothing. This is the last team to look at. That's nuts. Okay, and one thing I want to see just out of interest is if there's any young, high-quality goalies that can play now, because we might do something for that too. No. 21 at 79 is not bad. Poise is brutal. Man, nothing out there. Okay, so we've got our targets. Let's start with the most lofty. See, this is wild that we're picking up this guy, but that's what we're doing. So we're actually going to have an even better team than originally planned. Would have more than 45. Okay. Where's that crappy guy, Blackwell? Second round pick. Okay. And it sucks. Oh, well, there's one guy that we want to unload. What else can we do? Oh yeah, I just remembered about the plan with the first round picks, so I can actually use this. Oops. Man, to trade both of these to get this guy seems like a lot. Oh. And see how bad we lose in these trades? It's crazy. Like, this is nuts. It's an expiring contract on top of it. Well, they'll accept it for 2 crazy high first round picks. That's wild. $20.57. Let's go for this one. Wow. Guess so. So his fit's not that bad for the rest of the lines. I mean, second line, no, but first line is fine. Third and fourth are great. Totally okay with that. What is he asking for his extension? I'm interested to know. Not a crazy amount. So this is essentially going to be our bill in for Chubarov, it looks like. What's his player type? Two-way forward. That's awesome. Do I attempt to sign him now? Nine. So I want his expiration to be RFA. So this is the ideal year. And the salary change is not that much. So 9.025 times 0.9812. 812.28122. So I know he doesn't want to negotiate, but I'm going to try, and then worst case he says no. And then if he says no, then that means we know we're going to trade him along with the rest of the guys, which is, again, kind of crazy, but whatever. Yeah, like 11 million, there's no way. It's too bad Bedard's line fit wasn't better. Because, like, 9 point something is not that crazy. Okay, so that's sorted. We've got... I don't even know what line he's going to play on. Maybe I should figure that out before I start doing more stuff. Do we have any... So wait, who's injured at the moment? Chubrov is the only forward. So, Bedard, his endurance isn't that great. This guy's is. So he's going to go up to our first. Bedard's going to go back to our third. Man, and then when we get Chubrov back, like, look at these lines. They're just crazy stacked. So Everly can go down to our fourth. And likewise for Oshie. So when we get him back, where's Courtnall gonna go? Down to the third line? Holy jeez. So Courtnall, Bedard, and probably Oshie, but could be Everly. God, that's stacked. Okay, so then that means we still need 2 more forwards. Look at how stacked this team is. That's crazy. Yeah, it's too bad about not having a franchise player. I'd like to draft that, but eventually, I'm assuming. Yeah, so 2 forwards. I hope he'll extend with us. I mean, it would be really good if he says, because he says he doesn't want to extend. But if he does, then that kind of solves a number of problems. If he doesn't, then we're going to have, I think, our work cut out for us. All right, so that Mar guy from Montreal, I am going to target him too. He's a third line guy. He's going to play on our fourth, it looks like. Do we have the assets to trade for him is the one problem. Second round pick. Okay. So first we need to unload a couple of these guys. So we want somebody who will preferably take on, actually all 3 of these guys would be ideal. St. Louis, so we've got actually a few teams. They don't have any second round picks. Detroit's 9-0-0, that's crazy. So maybe, actually no, not Tampa. Vancouver's not bad. Oh, you want Blackwell? Oh, salary cap. Let's do this instead. Fifth and a seventh or a third? I think I'd prefer a third. Then do you have any prospect guys? $20.62, $18.56. Hey, another Chubrov. Donato, Smith, Athanasio, Ferentz. Looks good to me. All right. We'll save. Now, do we have enough assets to go? For the Montreal guy. Chicago. Vancouver. I guess not. We don't have anything else we want to get rid of, do we? No. Okay, so then we have Duhame as a for sure pickup. Tampa Bay would be over the... Okay. Third round pick. For Duhame and a fifth. Let's try a fourth. And this guy. Perfect. And he can play third line as well, which is good news. We do need one more guy, I think. I think Gregor is the guy we're gonna go for. I mean, we don't really have any other options. We've got Lewis to ride in, but I don't know for certain that he's a fit. Oh man, Gregor's valuable. Can we even pull this off? I don't know. Oh, we still have those picks. Okay. So yes is the answer. We can probably pull this off. 2066, no, 2065, 1963, okay, so before we do this, we will unload the guy we don't need or want. For what can we get? 6th round pick? 7th round pick? Not even, okay. What else do we have? Who's played poorly? Harkins. Tanev. That's it. Anybody want Tanev? Guess not. Maybe we do it this way instead. No. Deal. And next. Oh, I probably can't pull it off, but I'm going to try since I have more assets. No. not going to work. So a second and a seventh. Second and a sixth. Second, a sixth and a seventh. Okay, so where are we at now? Okay. So with everyone healthy, then Courtnall comes down to here, either Eberle or Oshie. I think it would be Oshie actually would drop down. The reason is those X Factor things would improve the line, and so I think that would actually make the fourth line better, but we'd have to test that. Yeah, and then Duhaime or Foot is our 13th forward. Man, that's crazy. I mean, we got rid of our first round picks, which maybe that's also crazy, but we're going to, like I said, probably get 3 back from the 2 franchise players plus other players. So, and I mean, to be honest, with what we have, we don't even really. So we lose because Chubrov's not currently in the lineup. We lose Chubrov. And then we just chop out Bedard and put anything there. And it's still a really good lineup. So this guy's for 3 years at that cap hit's pretty reasonable. He's cheap too. So before I edit the lines, I just want to see about roster moves. So we have cap space. We have 20 of 21 players. Wait, let's count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21. Zaboral goes down. Chubarov comes in. So that keeps us at 21. Then somebody else has to go down in order for Varlamov to come back. How do we have too many players then? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, because, okay, so we're allowed to have 21 because it's 23 total. So right now we have 21. We get rid of Zboril, and then Varlamov comes back and we maintain the correct number. Okay, so that should be correct, and we should have 1,000,000 in cap space. So I think everything's all sorted out perfectly. I was just thinking, what do we have for roles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 first line players and 2 second line players. How ridiculous. Okay, so that, I mean, obviously took a while, but we sorted out what we needed to sort out, and we probably, I sure hope, won't need to make any more trades for the rest of the season, it seems like, but at the very least for a while. And I just want to make sure there's nobody else that we're supposed to get rid of. Well, like underperformers we'll get rid of later, but that's not, we still have time. That Perron guy we're going to have to trade at some point. No, so we're all good. We might want to make an upgrade on goalie. I don't think it's critical, but we might want to at some point, especially given how good our team is, to really give ourselves a good shot at the cup. I mean, as it is, like, this is not even close. It's the best team that I've put together. We won't be able to keep it for next season, but it also kind of makes sense to just like basically do everything you can to win this season. So anyways, that's that portion. We need to update our lines because we have a bunch of changes. Nothing else. Oops. There. Hughes, Pasternak. Courtnall comes in. Bedard goes there. Man, our power plays are ridiculous. Okay, so now who's our best scorer? So it's going to be 1100. So we're going to have Hughes and Pasternak as our guys at the moment. Oh, 5556. So puck carrier is also Pasternak. This is Courtnall. Oh, wait, no, because Hughes is better. in this case, Courtnall is a left shot. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. Penalty kill. How do we do this? So, Kane Hughes, what's his defensive? 88. Hughes, Kane, Pasternak. What's Thompson at? 87. Courtnall, Bedard, Keller. I guess. Hughes. Oops. Pasternak. Whoops. Hughes. Courtnall. Kane. Bedard, Courtnall. Thompson, Kane. Pasternak, Hughes. Courtnall. Thompson, Kane, Keller, Bedard, Oshie, Sider, Kane, Pasternak. Looks good. So we've already hit the end of this stream, but I'm going to sim through a couple games. I want to see if the Courtnall guy accepts her contract. So I'll probably go until that point. Vimelka comes in, I believe. And I think we did everything. Man, they're injured for a while. A month and almost 2 months for Varlamov. That's crazy. So, what's his face is healthy again. So that means Martinez goes here. And Dobson comes back. Nothing changes there. Oops. Then Mrazek comes back in. That's that. So I'm supposed to do my scouting right now, but I'm going to wait for the contract result, and then I'll do scouting after that, and then we'll end the stream. Yeah. Oh, I should check parking. I think it's good, though. Maybe not. That's good. Injuries. So one thing I just wanted to say is now with the way we have our roster set up, even with a catastrophic number of injuries, we should still be a better team than any other team. I would be shocked if we weren't dominant, even with like the worst of injuries. He renewed. That is semi-surprising. Are all of our seats at full maintenance? Yeah, so we can actually, I think, increase prices at the moment. Let's try that. That's done. No new injuries. We won again. Mrazek stays in. Now we can do, well, let's just see if it tells us yet about that guy. It doesn't. Let's do our scouting. I wonder if it allows you to do two scouts at the same time. I would hope so. Because it says currently being scouted by Lubomir Hlinka. I don't know if that means you can't scout it. I mean, it allows you to, so I don't know. Cool, so that's done. Save. Now, a last thing I want to see, because so what I always do when it comes to negotiating contracts is I just do 10% less than what they're asking for. I don't know if that's necessarily the right call, but it typically tends to work out. Yeah. How has he done previously? So 59 points. Okay. So 37 and 59. I just want to see something here. $37, $59, $85. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to see just a couple comparable contracts, just for my own interest. Like, I knew it was fine for him, but still. 8.125. And we have RFA status at the end, which is great. He's 20. '24. They expire the same year. Huh. Anyways. So let's just clear this out from my document. What else did I need to do? I think that's it. That's done. Man, because, okay, so right now I'm looking at total salary for next season, and we're still under our current salary, even if we re-sign some people like Oshie, that $5 million comes off. We're still in great shape. That's crazy. See, like that kind of stuff, technically I'm supposed to look ahead of time, but I already know that everything's going to balance out. And then worst case, I mean, if I have to make trades to unload some salary, it's fine. So, yeah. So we did some maybe not recommended trades, but if we can't get a franchise player, there's no point in having those draft picks. And then if you take a look at the trade value of draft picks, actually, you know what? We might get more than I'm anticipating. So see how it's approximately a third, but maybe even less than a third of the total trade value bar. If we're trading Bedard and Chubrov, then that means it's more or less three first-round picks, three good first-round picks each, which is crazy. Now, probably a third of that we're going to use on getting a player, and then the other 2/3 are going to be 2 first-round picks. So, pretty much next season we should have just maybe not as good of a team. The problem is going to be cap space. So, for example, if we get rid of Oshie, like if we don't re-sign him, and use that $5 million on whatever player we would get in the trade, we would, and then maybe use, so after the draft, pick up a player that was just drafted, and because then we'll know the value, and a first-round pick, and then maybe more for the other guy. So that means we can afford it because we're going to have the entry-level guy for one of the two, and then the other guy is just going to be a one-for-one replacement of Oshie or something like that. Anyways, we'll figure it out as we go, but you can see what I mean. Like I didn't need to keep those first overall picks. I used it all. I used 2, basically double the value to get Courtnall, but then I signed them for an extension for 4 years at a good cap hit. So yeah, so I'm totally okay with, and on top of it, he has RFA status at the end. So then we still have control over him as an asset, and can play him a full season before trading him in the off season if he doesn't want to re-sign at a reasonable cap hit. So yeah, so everything's, man, it's like a crazy good team, and the overall franchise circumstance is great. It's just unfortunate that there's no franchise guys again. So that's how many seasons? We had 2 franchise in the first season. We played 2 more seasons, and then this will be, well, because these guys we already know for the draft, so that's 3 seasons in a row with no franchise players. I guess maybe that's normal. Maybe franchise players only really happen like once every 4 years. But anyways, one other thing just before I go, since I've done so much of the trading stuff, I just want to see what are the defense excuse me the defense draft picks from, well, the recent seasons, if there's any stars out there. Sergeyev. Maybe. His poise isn't that great, so I'm not super high on him. Same for him. Who's this? Oh, defensive defenseman, no way. One thing I forgot to say, actually, this is something I looked at before the stream started. I think he's going to be one of our 2 targeted players when we trade Bedard and Chubrov, because look at his cap hit. It's 5.9. He's got 4 seasons left on that contract, so it's going to be 3 in the end for us. First line, good face-offs, and we can get him, and maybe a first-round pick, maybe it's going to be a second-round pick or something like that. But it's pretty much like a perfect trade since we can't sign the other guys. And just think about that. So that's a great example of what I'm talking about. This guy, I mean, not quite a point per game, but maybe developing into it. Similar performance to the guys we're going to be trading. Cap hit of 5.98 versus if we kept Chubrov, it was 11, so it's like double. And then if we kept Bedard, who doesn't fit in the lines that well, he was asking, I think it was 9. So we saved like $3 million in the worst case scenario and up to $5 million in the best case scenario. So what's the point in keeping the guys? It just makes no sense. So anyway, so we'll probably be just as competitive next season, even after losing both Bedard and Chubrov. So anyways, just wanted to show that. But now we'll end it there. If you like the stream, hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications. The channel homepage has upcoming streams. Nothing scheduled at the current moment. Maybe something when I come up with a topic or whatever. Things that can't be scheduled on the platform, like franchise mode, that schedule's in the About section. It runs Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be a Pro is whenever I have time or feel like it, and I thought I was going to play today, just didn't have time, had some other things to do. And any comments, leave them in the comments, suggestions likewise. And that's it. So a decent start, I guess. 8-4 is not the best, not the worst. It seems normal that we have slow starts. But our team now, we didn't get far, only 12 games in, but we did all these trades. The franchise is in like crazy good shape. The team is outstanding for this season. Like if we don't win a Stanley Cup, I would be shocked. Yeah, things are even better than things turned out even better than I could have hoped for, I guess. So That's it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next on Saturday, I guess. So see you guys then.